Hello, welcome back, friends. Another quick video from D's Notes. Gonna have a little bit of bulk action going on here. I believe, have we made it into February? No, this is January 31st. So, looks like gonna have to get something back for February. I did cut this one open, but I did not open the bulkiness. I wanted to make sure that we owned these notes before I showed them. But here we go. We're going to cut the tape off. It looks like it's mostly modern notes. So modern note submissions normally mean notes that are printed post 1957. And I know the form for grading says 1963 or I believe 1960 on some. But it is post 1957. So silver certificates would be considered modern for the 1957s. The 1935s are considered bulk vintage. So I actually just sent these in. These are not very old. I've had these notes. These might have been here. Let me look at the form. This is a super recent submission. I'll give you a date, as a matter of fact. Right before Christmas. So 7 weeks turnaround, shipping, grading, and back to me. So that's unbelievable for bulk. Yeah. I don't think they'd even be touched yet at PMG. Anyways, let's go. Giori test print note. Super collectible. I had to unplug the tablet here. That's a little bit in my way. But very collectible note. The Giori press is basically a press that they were testing by American Banknote for printing U.S. notes. You can see they have original sheets out there. You can see them. But a lot of them are uniface. They do produce error notes on some of these. You'll see some ink smear errors and things like that. But there's a little bit of the... Wow, look at this one. 69 PPQ. Wowzers. Look, razor sharp corners. Back to a little bit of explanation about this note. You can get these in like 4-note sheets. You can get them in an original uncut sheets. You can get them as singles. I've seen some uncut pairs out there. I've seen big ink smear errors. I've seen small ink smear errors. So there's a couple different ways to collect the Giori test note. Here's a 67. It's a cool collectible to add to your small size paper money. There you can see the 3 different styles of portraits: Lincoln, Washington, and Grant. Moving on, red seal and 66Q. Here is a J.S.G. Boggs art note, and Boggs was actually an artist who liked to do artistic renderings of notes. At one time, he was actually arrested for counterfeiting, but the notes technically weren't counterfeited. So you have a little bit of stuff, a little bit of research to do. Look up J.S.G. Boggs and read his story. It's absolutely an amazing story. I'm not going to tell the whole thing because it would spoil it. But he was able to do some of these art notes for the A&A, and a lot of them are numbered. So this is serial 395. I don't remember what the complete printing was. Maybe 500 notes. Very collectible. This is kind of on the same level of owning a piece of art that you would hang on your wall. So, moving on. These are courtesy autographs. These are all women from the United States Mint. I looked some of these up. but they're all women. So next, little fancy serial number on a 2, 1976 2. You got 5s. That's pretty neat. Atlanta Star Note in 66. What else do we have here? Oh, 1536 Star. This one graded 65Q, so $5 legal tender. Another $5 legal tender in 66. Here's a obstructed printing error in AU55. So something was laying on this piece of paper when it was printed. And sometime during the printing process, whatever was obstructing this portion was either removed or fell off, and the note made it out into the world. So that's pretty unique. Here is a overprint misalignment error. You can see the seal and the serial have been shifted far right. But it is on a star note, so that's pretty neat. Here's just a regular Chicago in 66Q. Here's one of the better gutter folds. This is numerous gutter folds. So it starts with large, a little bit smaller, and then you see these right here. These are like crevice folds. But it carried through the entire printing process, both sides of the note. So that's pretty awesome. Here's another very large gutter fold. The old John Wilkes bullet path. No, that's not what it is. This is gutter fold error. Little historical joke there. But you also have a sliver gutter fold down here, so. And like the one before, it goes through both sides. Here we have a very large ink smear error, 58 ppq. Here's a full matte offset printing error. Has a little bit of. So full matte offset printing error, 64Q, 1985 series. Cool note. Here's I believe this is my son's note, actually. He was born the 11th month on the 10th day, so he collects serial 1110. So a little bit of tidbits. He's been on the show before. It'd be my oldest. His name's Arrow Scott. Good kid. He's a Pokemon master. Just ask him. 99 FRN, Star Note, Richmond. Here's a little bit. Here's a serial number set. So not to get too boring with you, but I'll just explain these. So these are BEP issued sets. And what they did was they would put together sets of 1748. So this is an entire district set of serial number 1748. So it's pretty neat. People like them. They sell really well because you're getting all 12 districts. And most of the time they just grade 64 to 65. It's hard to get real nice notes. A lot of them are handily because they come in a BEP book. But here's another one. This one's 1603. The books are very cumbersome. They take up a lot of space. And they, in my opinion, they're not protecting the notes at all. And I've actually seen some of the notes out of those books grade AU before because they paid people to put the notes in and they would mishandle them and they would bend the corners or actually physically fold the note in half trying to get it into the slot. So, just a quick little run through. Then we have, they packed these boxes absolutely tight. 4-digit serial number 1727. Little 1999 Dallas Star Note 66Q. Just a little bit better district. These are before the colorized series, so it's very short-lived. Only 2 or 3 printings, I believe. series printings, not district printings. They would still print districts. But nice notes. A lot of people have made comments that they can just go get these notes from the bank or get them out of their change and they would grade them. Doubtful. The life expectancy of a note from the date of issue, so like 1999, is less than 7 years. The average note lifespan is between 3 and 5 years. Usually right around the 7-year mark is where they start taking notes out of circulation and destroying them and printing new. So here's kind of a unique specimen. This is a 1995. This is from a BEP portfolio issue, hence the serial number 99999. A lot of people will say this was cut from a BEP issued sheet, but it is not. It is from a BEP portfolio issue. So a lot of times they would come with two different types of notes, but that is why that ends in 999, not sheet, but BEP issued in a portfolio. Here we have a partial offset printing. If you notice, this side of the note is normal, and this side of the note has the offset. So get a little bit closer look at that. And here was the original. This was sold in lot 565, mail bid auctions. This was from the Boggs ANA 1998 Fund Convention note. So put those back over here. Hope everybody's been doing well. Our weather lately has been absolutely outstanding. I think today is in the 60s. Man, it's been so nice to be able to get the kids out, the dog out, going from Arctic temperatures all the way down to just wearing a hoodie outside and playing ball with the dog and the kids. And it always changes the feeling. So I just got done showing you a partial offset, and here's the other portion to that note. So it's kind of like a pair to show you the front and the back. So they'll be sold together, but a neat pair that should be kept together because they're pretty much identical. Just one's the face and one's the reverse. Next up we have a full offset printing, and in order to have a full offset, it has to be border to border, left to right, up, down, and be the entire plate. So this is a full face to back, but it is certified 53 PPQ. So nice note. Ink smear error, black, 53Q. Another ink smear error, 55Q. Kind of a progression of ink smear errors. They're all in 69 Cs also. So let's look at all three of these together and kind of show you the progression of the ink smear. 87, 88, 89. They're even sequential. Well, that's neat. Here we have a little bit larger overprint misalignment. You can see where things are starting to run into the design elements of the note. So 63Q. Here's another Boggs note. This one's graded 65 PPQ. This was for the Florida United Numismatics. And it does have a stamp on the back. Here's another serial number set. This one's 1071. You see it says right on there, Premium Federal Reserve Set Series, 1996 BEP issue. So that's cool that PCGS was able to put that on the holder to kind of preserve it. That's not something PMG does at this time. Maybe they will someday. You never know. But there should be all districts representing the year of issue. Sometimes the sets are a mix of printings between Fort Worth and DC. So you will see sometimes the Friedberg number will change through the series, just because they do have different Friedberg numbers for Fort Worth and DC printings. $10.71. Now we have $10.72, so we'll just rip through those quick. Got some 67s, which is excellent. Here's a 6. Like I said, a lot of these, so each district is going to have a little bit different look, hence why the grades move around. There's so many variables to why notes get the margins that they have, why the printings are sometimes brighter, sometimes lighter. It's just part of the job, is seeing lots of notes and understanding the differences between the districts, the printings, the series. But nice notes. These sets will sell super fast. Here's a matched pair. 4914. So you have matching serials, designs in motion. It tells you the set that it come from. $20. So you have a non-colorized big head and a colorized big head. Here's another one. Matching numbers. 4915. Very cool. A little bit larger cutting error. A lot of people call this a fold-over error. And it was folded over when the sheet was cut, but then when it was unfolded, that's the retention. So it becomes a cutting error. Here's another overprint misalignment. Another good size overprint misalignment. Ooh, full offset, back to face, bold, very, very bold. 66Q. I seen someone the other day made some offers on some notes almost identical to these raw. They were offering $200 a note. So probably retails, $250, $300, I'm guessing. Really nice, bold, partial offset printing error on a VF30 from 1974. Here's another extremely bold offset printing error. Back to face. Here's an insufficient inking error. So a lot of times people who don't understand error notes, they call these fake or not real, and they feel like this is done with chemicals. This note is uncirculated, so it has no folds. You could not possibly alter the second printing of this note without altering the seal and the serial numbers, okay? So if you look under the seal, you see how it is not printed nearly as sharp underneath that seal. So if you were going to alter or chemically change this note, it would alter the seal and the overprint. So, and look at the back. So here's the back, first printing. Then you have your face printing, which is second printing. Then you have your seals and your serials and your plates or your districts, and none of that is altered. So that's kind of how you go about determining the legitimacy of this type of error. It's not just a, hey, look at this note. It's you have to look at all the different details. Same goes with this note. Also insufficient inking error. This is the first printing. If you look at the second and third printing, they're completely fine. So that one graded Gem 65. This is a printed fold over error pre-face print. So there's the fold over. It's pretty wild, huh? Very cool. Another insufficient inking error. This one grade 66. Nice note. Here is a missing overprint error, okay? Another note that would take real detective work. One of the things we look for in these types of notes is they call it either blind embossing, and the other thing we look for is paper damage. So if you were to, so this note went out and circulated, it did its job. It does have a minor edge tear down there. However, when looking at this note, you can see that there's no disruption of the paper fibers or rub or any sort of, so it's very uniform through the entire note. So that tells you right away that the note was never scrubbed on or chemically altered. And also, if you were chemically altering it, would also alter the back. So this is a legit, it blows my mind that this stuff goes out, circulates, it comes back. So serial number 854, just a 3-digit lower serial number. This is a magnetic ink error, insufficient magnetic ink error. Sometimes this type of error is also confused for a matte printing offset, or considered a type of matte printing offset, but it's definitely magnetic ink error. And you can tell magnetic ink errors because they're usually squares throughout the note. Then we just have some regular $20 star notes. Just better grade. Easier to retail in a holder. But with that, that's just what we have going on for modern notes currently. Like I said, this was a super fast submission. It came in, they would have gotten it about the second week of December, so we got it back the last week of January, so roughly 7 weeks, maybe 8, 8 total, but I'm going to assume they got it somewhere right around the 8th of December or 9th of December. But super, super fast shipping as always. Absolutely stellar work from PCGS on grading these notes and getting them back to me and having something new for inventory. If you have, as always, if you have any questions, go ahead and, use the old computer or Fire Stick or whatever you got and message down at the bottom, and I'll try to get back to you. I don't have anything new going on. I should have some more notes back in a few weeks, so we could do another video. Going to have some higher value stuff coming back that are much bigger orders. I sent in an 83 note value order yesterday, so that's a big order. Other than that, I hope all is well. I hope you like, subscribe, and share. And I hope to catch you on the next one. With that, everybody be safe and be courteous. Love thy neighbor. See you guys later. Bye.